you ever go out drinking with Dave and Lenny and John?
Yeah, we a lot of times we used to go back to Lenny's house. That was like the congregation area, and we'd sit around and bullshit for a few hours. You know, have some beers.
When you went out, did he ever go drinking? Did you ever go to a bar with them, a lounge? When you were up at Lenny's house, did you have a drink?
Well, at Lenny's house we used to drink some beers. On one New Year's Eve, we we had bought some vodka, some scotch, and things like that, and drank.
Did you have dates to New Year's Eve, or just a bunch of guys?
No, just a bunch of guys.
How about David? Did he ever show any interest in going to singles bars or discos or going out to weekends?
No, I think I may have asked him. He didn't want to go. He said it wasn't for him. Everybody used to go to Lenny's house. That was the congregation space. So everybody used to, talk to Lenny.
When you knew him in high school, did he hang out with the guys? Did he drink? Did he date?
Yeah, he dated. He wasn't much of a drinker. At that point, many of us weren't really drinkers.
Just tell us, what kind of guy was he?
He was a quiet guy. He was a nice guy. I liked him. Everybody liked him.
Have any problems in school that you know of?
No, he's a fairly good student.
Did Dave ever go to your house?
Oh, yeah, many times.
Did you ever eat dinner there?
Oh, many times.
Anybody in the family that he would have been close enough to talk
My mother
to?
was very close to my mother. My mother was very shocked the day she found out he was arrested.
Did he have any dogs?
Dave, no. But he liked dogs. I have a couple dogs. He always, did very well with my dog.
Mention any problems he may have been having with dogs, howling or anything like that?
No, I think I would have remembered that, because like I said, he liked dogs. He had a thing for dogs. He liked them. That's why, after all the news came out about the dog and everything like that, I was sort of in shock,
What did he think about girls who screwed around?
All right with him.
All right, that's what I want to know.
Yeah, they were all right with him.
Well, when you used to sit around, did you order a pitch of beer or?
Most of the sitting around was done at my house, like when the guys got together, and that was beer. That was it.
What would you talk about? Just
Anything.
you like sports?
No, he wasn't a sportsman. He never really went into sports.
And the only time you'd gone out with him on a date was when you tried to fix him up and
That one time, yeah.
didn't pan
That
out.
was after he was out of service, right?
Yeah, that was afterwards.
Was there a big change in the way he was after he was in the service?
Yeah, a vast improvement.
You'd say it was improving.
I would say so, yeah. The last time I saw him, he was almost a pleasure to talk to.
Was he the kind of guy that used to go to a bar to have a drink once in a while? How about discos? Did he like dancing?
Hated discos.
What would you say about this guy?
He just didn't like him.
You got any reasons for not liking him?
No, I just didn't like him. This wasn't his style. He wasn't much of a dancer. He didn't like to dance.
From the time he got out of the service until the time he was arrested, how many times do you think you saw him?
Yeah,
Maybe 5, 10 times.
And how many of those occasions were at your house?
I'd say most of them. Yeah.
When did they go to see your mother?
Who goes to my
The
mother?
police.
They didn't.
Did the police ever speak to your mother?
No. She kept out of it.
So as far as you know to this point, nobody's ever spoken to your mother about this case?
That's right.
Papers, anybody?
No way.
Is there anything your mother mentioned to you about the conversation that she had with him that, sort of
No.
set her off?
She liked David quite a bit. Of all my friends at the time, I'd say she was closest to David, She was a typical mother, and David was sort of like a lost puppy, He had that sort of an attitude towards him. She took to him. And
Did he ever confide in her, talk to her like he was her
basically
mother?
no, but he used to call my mother Mom. But all my friends did at that point. He used to come over, eat all the time. That sort of a deal. She was fairly close to him. She was very upset the day she found out he was arrested.
Was he a neat guy, a clean guy?
Yeah, he was fairly neat.
How about his clothes? Were they clean?
Yeah.
How about him personally?
Yeah. Always had short-cut hair. He's had a clean appearance about him.
When you say short-cut hair, last time you saw him, how would you describe his hair?
Same as always. He always had short hair. He never really went to long hair.
Did he read a lot?
Not that I know of, no.
When you used to go to his room, did you ever see any books around that he used to read?
No.
How about magazines?
Not that I remember.
You ever mention Billy Van Parker?
No.
Did he like to go to the movies?
There's only one... No, not really. We went to the movies once. Went to see The Exorcist with him. That's about the only movie I know.
And what was his
That's about
feelings?
the only movie.
What was his feelings on that movie?
You didn't think much of it, you know. I remember it did a job on me. I mean, it was a good movie to me. It was very suspenseful. It really did a job, you know. It gave me a lot to think about. But it was, just sort of like water off a duck's back.
What did he say, it's a bunch of crap, or?
Basically, Hollywood, that sort of deal. It really didn't make much of an impression on him.
He didn't say that's not like it really is.
No, he didn't give me first-hand experiences, if that's what you mean.
Was he a heartless type guy?
No, not at all.
Was he any violent?
Not David.
Ever
No.
show his violence?
No.
Was
I said, hey, if we were in a bar together,
Yeah.
right, 3 or 4 of us in a bar together,
Yeah.
and a couple of guys started to hassle him, right?
Yeah.
Would David back me up? I mean,
Yeah.
being gung ho.
No, he'd back you up,
Okay,
yeah.
and he wouldn't mind throwing a few fists around.
If he had to, but it was not something that he would, initiate. That's when he came out of service, as compared to the service to when he got out, it was a vast improvement over what I
You
expected.
wouldn't classify him as freaked out?
No, not after the service, no. We expected some sort of monster to come back. Everybody in the room expected, heaven knows what was gonna come, knocking on the door one day. He was knocking on the door, it was almost the same day, very quiet, no problem. I got know he's well on his way to improving.
Did he ever mention while he was in the service that he ever killed anybody or shot at anybody or anything like that?
No, as far as I know, he wasn't in any sort of combat.
Action at all?
No,
Now, you had mentioned you were at the 5-2 precinct in the auxiliary.
right.
Now, if you think back, did you know O'Shaughnessy at all?
I knew the name, I didn't know him at all.
You ever hear anything unusual about O'Shaughnessy?
There's something about him, I don't remember, was he a Yonkers cop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard some things about him. I had met him a couple of times, basically just through the 5-2, there was no social between him. I wouldn't call myself a friend. I probably wouldn't know him now if I tripped over him, but yeah, I heard some things, yeah. He was, somebody had told me a story from Lebanon, I don't remember who told me the story. He was a Yonkers cop, I know he took his weapon away. For a reason I'm not sure. He supposed he had imaginary gun battle. He'd walk in the precinct, some sort of gun battle he had. And everybody look at him, fine. They took his weapon away, they put him on, I guess, on some sort of limited duty.